Hey beautiful people, welcome back to my channel and thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate each and every one of y'all. Well, today's video is about TAE's response to Lou's videos that she made, which is also on my channel. If you want to go back and look at that, it's there. She responds to Lou. I tried to put her part 1 and part 2 on one video, but we'll see how this works out. Because, and I am going to make an announcement. I will be pausing in between clips because I found a lot of things wrong with what TAE said. Well, not a lot, but some. Anyway, let's get into it. Let's get into some things. Let's watch the video.
I'm gonna just try to get straight to the bullet points and not drag this along. Although I'm gonna tell you this right now, this has to be a long explanation. Although I don't want to have to speak about this for a long time, because in order for you guys to understand why we're here, why it took me so long to post what I had to say, why I posted it when I posted it, and all the other questions, am I controlling, am I a narcissist, and was I really abused, all of those questions, you have to see the patterns of the people that we're talking about, which is me and her. And I can't explain patterns of people without explaining our history to see why we ended up where we are. Before we get to that though, I want to talk about this video that you guys see on TikTok. This video that you guys see on TikTok is a video of Lanai's dad and myself. 2 months ago, I blocked Lanai's dad, as well as the rest of Lanai's family. The reason I did that is because as a part of my recovery and healing, I had to let go of her family, because ultimately it was her family. And because it was dangled over my head as her family so often, I had to cut out that way to control me. So I would have preferred to be by myself and manage and learn to deal with shit by myself than to feel like I'm intruding on her family. So 2 months later, we fast forwarded 2 months later, I dropped this video on YouTube, the last video about what happened. And I'm sitting on the balcony trying to de-stress, because obviously this is a very stressful thing. And I see Kenny running up my staircase. You have to know how scared I was, because again, I haven't spoken to this man in 2 months. I'm assuming he's coming to avenge his child's mother. And I don't know, even though I know him to never be a way towards me at all, I don't know him really like that. It's been 2 months. There's a lot of shit that has transpired in those 2 months. When I opened the door, he gave me the biggest hug of my life, and instantly everything, all the stress and tension that I was feeling and thought about, it went away. Why did it go away? Because a person that actually was there, who is not related to me, who has no loyalty to me, could show up for me and let me know, you see me and I'm still family. That's so freaking important in this situation, because I need you guys to understand, if the way I'm being presented was the true person I am, okay? Was the true person I am, why would I be able to garner that type of support from a person who has no loyalty to me? Why? The conversation was innocent. The vibe was uplifting. And I'm just very thankful that I received that little blessing. Although he might not understand, I received that little blessing to feel empowered to know that somebody who was actually there, not my friends or family or her friends or family who never saw anything but heard stuff, somebody who actually experienced the both of us, could show up and say, I see you, sis. Let's get to the video. Everything I say in this video is all going to have a purpose. I'm so sorry if it appears long-winded, but that's just the nature of this type of video, because you cannot explain how drastic things became without explaining the little things that happened leading up to it, so you guys could see how I got caught up in this shit. in my perspective. I'm gonna keep saying things from my perspective because she's gonna have her perspective. I'm gonna have my perspective. My ultimate feelings for why this happened for me and why I allow myself to be in a position where I could be manipulated, abused, and used in the ways that I was. I was given little crumbs of the truth for a long time in our relationship. And the little crumbs of truth that I was giving made me feel like this person needed help. And this person was going through some crazy stuff with her child's father, with this, with that, and that. And ultimately, she didn't deserve any of it. So when you're given little crumbs and then you start to find out the more and more truth because the person has to start revealing more of the truth so they can explain their circumstance. It took a long time for me to get the full cookie, y'all. It took a long time for me to get the full cookie. I need to also state that a lot of the things that I'm going to talk about or try to address, along with the things that I want to address already, I don't know if they're going to be all the way correct because I have not watched Lou's video. I cannot watch Lou's video because at this point in time in my life, it's too painful to watch. I'm not going to cap. It's just too painful to see, to feel like it's like you just can't say sorry. Like it has to be everything else but just saying sorry. But so I asked a friend to tell me the main parts of it so that I could respond to it, but not, I don't know if I'm responding like perfectly because I can't watch it. All I can do is, go based off what my friend told me mostly she was talking about. So number one, I'm assuming she mentioned that she's an atmosphere model. Y'all already saw the messages of when we first met. The first thing I ever asked this woman is she a model? The first thing she ever told me was no. Okay? This is real Instagram DMs. It's the same Instagram DM that I have, the same Instagram DM that she has. So from the first moment, I was not told something true. But okay, we gonna say that, I did find out that she was an atmosphere model, but we gonna touch base on that. Lou had a lot of time to vet the person that I was because Lou knew who I was. She contacted me first before I knew who she was. And that's also clear in the messages. Lou saw the type of girlfriend I was to my previous girlfriend. She already saw it. I'm just making sure you guys understand. Everything I say holds value. She already saw that I was a good girlfriend. So in her already seeing that I was a good girlfriend, in hindsight, I realized I was the perfect mark for her. Okay? We'll get to it. She questioned me about if I had a girlfriend. I told her yes. She backed off. I deleted all the pictures of my girlfriend on my page, like not shortly after because it was really rocky, which I described. And shortly after that, she spun the block. We had the whole conversation, whether you be a model, whatever the case may be. It was a good conversation. It led to our first date. So red flag number one is you telling these people you a model, but the first thing you told me was you're not a model. Because I only asked her because I was practicing photography in the moment, and I felt like that would be a great, first date. Let me shoot you, let's try to be like a little cutesy dootsy, whatever. In the conversations that we have, I need y'all to understand Lou has a crazy gift of gab. It even shows up on the just led me to believe that she was like, a stable person. Like she had it. Like, you know what I'm saying? That's good. I got my version. I don't have a lot, but I have enough to, take you out, make sure I could take care of myself, things like that. I was a social worker. Y'all all know that. I had the same job for 7 years, promoted throughout the job, but worked at the same place for 7 years, graduated, went straight to work. That was my life story. As clean freaking cut as it freaking can get, bro. Like, never no trouble, never nothing like that. Never been in no trouble before. The second red flag for me should have been that you live in a penthouse, but you don't have a phone. You don't have no phone. Why? According to her at the time, it was broken. Again, I will let you guys know what really happened. According to her, it was broken, and that's why if she was out, she couldn't call or whatever the case may be, and she had to wait for signals or whatever the case, go to Dunkin' Donuts, whatever. So you living in a penthouse, but you can't afford to replace your phone. Mind you, we were talking for a while, like at least a week. I can't remember the exact amount of time, but she didn't come meet me right away. We were talking for at least a week before she came. So you mean to tell me in a week you can't replace your phone? I should have known better. Again, I'm enamored. I am just enamored by this beautiful person. wanting to talk to me. So I overlook all of that stuff and eventually we decide to meet. This is where the third red flag should have come in. I buy the first round of drinks. I got the money on my card, so yeah, paid for it. She goes, says, oh, I'm gonna get the second round of drinks. She goes up to the bar. I realize she's presented to you guys on camera. You know, she just had it going on. She had this job and stuff like that and all this stuff. I'm gonna tell you guys what.
Now here I go pausing the video. First of all, she told us in her video that she was an atmosphere model and she did it for housing purposes. She worked there for housing purposes. She told us that. That's okay. All right, come on now, Jay. Come on.
Atmosphere modeling for her really was. When you're an atmosphere model, you can be paid. Some people are paid. Some people do it for trade, okay? Some people trade the atmosphere gig for housing and there's no income, okay? But you're getting paid to live there. That's how you get paid. You get paid via free rent. So when she was showing me pictures of this penthouse and all that stuff, I did not know that there were 15 other girls living in that penthouse. I thought it was just her and her sister, which is obviously not really her sister, but the person she called her sister. I thought it was just them. That's what I was led to believe. When I actually started to spend more time with her, the little crumbs started to be given to me little by little to start to manipulate me. I'm going to tell y'all the crumbs right now. Number one, she never, and if she lies, she was not getting paid to be an atmosphere model. She was getting paid to live there. When you atmosphere model, when you're atmosphere model.
Come on now, Tay. She already said that. She said she did it for housing. I'm just putting it out there. This is my opinion. All right. Come on, girl.
The goal of it is for you to go into the club. They give you lots and lots of liquor. Listen, because this is where alcoholism begins. They give you lots and lots of liquor. And they want you to party, dance, and just improve the atmosphere of the club. That's what I know. A lot of y'all don't know what it is because I didn't know what that is before and improve the atmosphere of the club. The problem with her gig was once she, like most people that do that don't receive money and just do it for housing, usually have a job, like have an actual job, like during the day, because you do it at night and you don't have to do it every single day of the week. You do it sometimes. So a lot of times they had a job, like they were a waiter or they were doing modeling gigs because they were all models that were supposed to be in there. Lou did not have an extra job. She just did the atmosphere modeling. So she just had housing. She never had an income. And this is very important to note. Also, it's very important to know because these are all the things that will take the whole situation out of context. Like I forced her to move in with me. Absolutely not. I was given a sob story and in my ways, generous ways, but she already vetted. She already got to see how it was with my last girlfriend. I was the mark. I was the next mark.
Okay, now tell you not taking no accountability. I'm sorry, no accountability. We're 13 minutes into the clip and no accountability. We'll see. All right, child. Let's go.
Anyways, what I found out not too long after was one, because she didn't have an income, a lot of times she couldn't go see her daughter. She couldn't even afford $25 to go see her daughter. This is what I was told at the time. Let me make it clear. This is what I was told at the time. She couldn't afford those type of things, and she had a very tumultuous situation with her child's father, and he didn't allow her to see her, or whatever the case may be. He was keeping her from, Kenny was keeping her, or whatever the case may be. All of this stuff. All of this stuff. And just FYI, Kenny can confirm everything I'm saying, but I just don't feel that need. I don't know if I said that already, but I just don't feel that that's not necessary at this point. What Lou did have as a form of income was Matthew Rosansky's black card.
Not her saying the man whole government name like that. Oh my God. Y'all better never, ever, ever commit a crime with Tay. She telling your whole government name, your credit cards, all of that. Never commit a crime with Tay. Just a word of advice. All right, come on.
Amex black card. Okay? Who is Matthew Rosansky? Matthew Rosansky was a previous boyfriend that she had at Bowie State, where she went. And seeing as though he was rich, money for him being missing was not as noticeable. Okay, we gonna get there. And this goes back to the first time she tried to buy me a drink. What had happened was on the first date with Lou, and this is so ironic, the card that she tried to use was turned off. Why was it turned off? Matthew Rosansky had been out of the country for 2 months. He gave Lou his card. They weren't together. He gave Lou, but they still were obviously in contact, and they were still, I guess, according to her, she would have sexual relations with him in order to get whatever she needed. This is according to her.
Well, it ain't tricking if you got it. Next. I ain't even mad at her for that. Go ahead, girl. Go ahead, Lou. Run it up, girl. Run it up.
Her, okay? We'll say allegedly, because I'm sure she will change it now. Matthew gave her his card, and this is, again, confirmable. This is all confirmable, and I'll tell you how it's confirmable. Matthew gave her his card for groceries once, or maybe an Airbnb, whatever the case may be. I don't remember exactly what it was for. She took that card and ran it up for $40,000, okay? When he returned back to the country, he realized what she did, started sending her threatening text messages, and reached out to all of the people that she had sent money to in regards to it. And I'll explain to you why, what she would do. Lou does not, I don't know if she has one at this point in time, but for the majority of our relationship and for the majority of her life, she has not had a working bank account or working any of those things, being able to have her own phone line, any of that stuff, because she maxed all of that stuff up. She fucked up her credit score, or whatever the case may be. She ruined all of that stuff at a young age. So again, she presented to you guys as a whole person who was just living it up, and I came in and was so destructive. In reality, Lou was scratching and surviving, bro. And that's no joke. She had just got the only means of income she had cut off because he came back into the country and figured out that she had ran his bill up to $40K. How did he know? Because he went to his freaking Amex report card. Not report card, my bad. Report the bill. Saw Kenny's name along with all her other friends, because what she would do, again, this is confirmable, what she would do is take money from his card, send it to their PayPal, have them cash it out, because according to her, she would tell them, this is like, you could use this, it's okay. Send it to their PayPal and have them cash it out and Western Union it to her. Okay? This was the scam. Before I didn't know none of this shit. Kenny to this day cannot use PayPal, along with a lot of those people that she sent it to. They can't use PayPal anymore. Because when he reported it to Amex, it closed out all of their accounts. On God, this is the truth.
On God, y'all better not commit no crime with Tay. I'm telling you, do not commit a crime with her. You see? She'll give them your social, all of that. Tell them your PayPal. Never. Come on, girl.
I did not know. I'm dealing with a fraudulent person, bro. And I'm going to show you guys how manipulative she is. She didn't tell me none of this shit. I had to find this out one day when we sitting on the bed and I just see her face drop. I'm like, yo, what's wrong with you? She's like, oh my gosh. And then she really reveals everything. So now, like, again, we've already been spending so much time with one another. I'm already invested. I'm already there. Like, she already has sucked me in. So now it's like, okay, I know this woman has no income. This was her form of income, scamming, and he caught her ass. I don't know why this wasn't red flags for me. I don't know, y'all. That's the only thing. This is why I'm still in therapy now dealing with this shit, because I don't know why the fuck every single time I saw a new sign, I didn't just leave. I didn't just leave. I should have left so many times from the beginning, but I didn't. When it came to the housing situation, it's been made to say that I forced her to leave her housing. This is, again, confirmable. Her housing was shaky as hell. The person that she was dealing with, there's a person that leads the modeling. Basically, a person really just rents a freaking apartment and they have connections with clubs, right? And that person houses these people and they get them to go to the club. The person that was the person that was renting these apartments was like a shiesty individual. Let's put it like that. He would have them moving from here to here, here to there, whatever the case may be. When she would tell me about it, this was the sob story I was getting for her. I don't know where I'm finna live. I don't know what's going on. Mind you, she does not have a job, confirmable. She don't have no job. I have a job. I'm spending all of this time with you. You're telling me your housing is not shaky. You just revealed to me that you scammed this man for $40,000 and you're afraid he's going to beat your ass because he was so abusive in the relationship that you had with him. You done got your child's father's PayPal cut off. So now he is, of course, upset because people need PayPal. And now you're here with me and now it's my turn. It's my turn for everything. Again, being the naive, wanting love, also dealing with a person who in the beginning you're sharing with me all of your woes and your babe, like say your child's father he's not facilitating the relationship between you and your daughter, your housing doesn't work, you have no income, all of that stuff. What person in their right mind, well, okay, I can't even say that because I wasn't in my right mind, I guess. A person not in their right mind, in the state of vulnerability that was in the moment, is again going to feel like, okay, I need to help this person out. I'm starting to fall in love with this person. I need to help her out. I, in the beginning, was going to work with her because she wanted to. Y'all, be smart. I was not feminine. In order to be an atmosphere model, you have to be feminine. I did those things for her because we didn't want to part. It's not me. Don't put that on me. We didn't want to part.
I mean, she said that. She said y'all both were so intertwined with each other that y'all didn't want to separate. She said it was both of y'all that didn't want to separate. This is why you need to watch the video for yourself and not get it through a third party, because this ain't working out. This ain't looking good for you, girl. But go ahead. We here to listen. Go ahead.
You were telling me so many crazy stories about the situations that you're calling your sister now was stealing from you. Stealing from you. That's how you told me one of your phones got lost because she stole your phone. And the other one is broken. Like, it's always an excuse. You telling me she going around spreading STDs to people and not telling them that she has it. These are the stories you were telling me. You're feeding me all of these crumbs and you already see the type of person I am. I'm going to help. That's just the person I am. Still to this day, I'm helping. So I help. I let you into the apartment. Worst mistake ever. Now, again, you have to understand that Lou is coming to my house where I live with my ex-girlfriend, who I was best friends with, and my friend, whom I've never had sex with. I might be a player, but I'm not that much of a player to have two women who nah. Okay? That's a bit much. Lou was fully aware of it all to the point that when she met us for the first time and came to the apartment, she brought them these huge ass avocados. It was the gift to the house. You knew the situation. You didn't care about the situation because you knew I was already your next mark. You didn't care. Ain't no way somebody can get away with not telling a person that they live with their ex-girlfriend and friend, which you calling a person I was having sex with, Who can get away with that? How can you get away with that? Don't you think somebody would be upset and say something? No, I was forthcoming from the jump. Forthcoming from the jump. Just like I was forthcoming about the fact that I was in a rocky relationship. I had been forthcoming from the jump. I didn't want to start off no new relationship with bullshit lies. That's so untrue. She knew every single time. She knew the next time. She knew every single time for survival reasons that I had to be in an uncomfortable situation. I had to take her. She had nowhere to go. These were people I already knew. They didn't have no problem housing me. I had to convince them to house her because she had nowhere to go. This had nothing to do with me. I didn't want her. I never lived with a girlfriend like that ever. I didn't want to have to take on this huge responsibility. I had no YouTube money. I just had social work money. I barely could take care of myself. But again, the loving, generous person that I am, the stupid person that I am, I did.
Well, one thing I can say is I don't hear TAE taking no accountability. She's been the victim this whole video. Not 1 ounce of accountability. And I don't even know how to properly say it. So I'm mad at that. Anyway, part 2 is going to be on another video. So head over there right now and let's watch part 2. Okay? All right, guys. Bye.